For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian, and this is the weekly news recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonmemorials.com, memorials that matter. A man from Parkers Prairie has pleaded guilty to the vehicular homicide of a woman from Fergus Falls. Prosecutors say 31-year-old Dylan Todd Church was high on drugs in the crash near Breckenridge last October that killed 83-year-old Gisela Tervola. State troopers say Church drove into the opposing lane of traffic on State Highway 210 when he was looking at his phone and crashed into Tervola's vehicle, killing her. Church was brought to Sanford and Fargo for injuries and initially refused a blood draw. Later, a blood sample was taken via warrant and given to the Minnesota BCA. Church's blood tested 0.167 milligrams of amphetamine per liter of blood and 1.07 milligrams of meth per liter. 2 months after the crash, a warrant was issued for Church and he was arrested. In Wilkin County Court on Thursday, Church changed his plea to guilty for one charge of vehicular manslaughter and one charge of driving while under the influence of drugs. This comes as part of a plea deal with the state prosecutor, the details of which are not public at this time. Church is set to be sentenced on July 22nd. A semi-truck caught fire at Big Chief Truck Plaza Monday evening. According to Ottertail County deputies, the sheriff's office received a 911 call about a semi on fire at the truck stop at around 7:45. Upon arrival, responders found the truck fully engulfed in flames. Members of the Dalton Fire Department arrived on scene and extinguished the fire. Deputies say the 57-year-old semi-driver from East Grand Forks was able to escape the truck with minor injuries and was treated by Ringdahl Ambulance at the scene. Officials say the fire does not appear to be suspicious. 2 motorcyclists are seriously hurt following a crash near Star Lake. State troopers say that on Monday afternoon, 55-year-old Tina Evelyn Moe of Fargo was heading east on State Highway 108 near the lake's access when she lost control of the motorcycle and laid it down, causing the other rider, 58-year-old Robert Lee Schoaf of Fargo, to also lose control. Both riders suffered life-threatening injuries and were transported to Sanford Hospital in Fargo for treatment. Troopers say neither rider was wearing a helmet at the time of the accident. A Fergus man has been sentenced for shooting and killing his neighbor's dog. 19-year-old Bodie Ray Engebretson pleaded guilty to mistreating an animal and has been sentenced to 3 days at the Ottertail County Detention Facility and 2 years of probation. He has also been ordered to pay $1,800 in restitution. According to court documents, the Ottertail County Sheriff's Department received a report last July of a dog being shot. Deputies believe that based on where the dog was found, the suspect would have had to be in the backyard at a close distance to shoot the animal. Later that day, deputies received tips regarding Engebretson and his involvement in the incident. Court documents say that Engebretson admitted to officials that he had shot the neighbor's dog with an air gun. However, he denied shooting it on the neighbor's property. Engebretson was ordered by the court to report to the county jail by May 19th. The Ottertail County Housing and Redevelopment Authority has announced the availability of affordable senior housing units in Dalton. These new rental units are part of the North Fields of Dalton Senior Housing Development located on the north end of the city on Court Street. The county says the project is aimed at addressing housing shortages in the area by providing quality, affordable housing options for seniors. Residents interested in the available housing units are encouraged to apply to the Ottertail County HRA. The American Association of University Women has chosen 3 local women to receive its 2025 scholarships. Maria Ricks, Katie Holzner, and Leah Kunde were honored for their scholarships at a banquet last week. As stated by Missy Matson, chairperson of the Fergus Falls AAUW Scholarship Committee, quote, "Our world is in good hands, as demonstrated by these recipients, as well as all those who applied," end quote. AAUW hosts a tour of homes every other year to fund the scholarships, with the next tour scheduled for this November. M-State is conducting a low-intensity controlled burn at its Fergus Falls campus today. The college says a 45-acre stretch of native grasslands on the north end of the campus will be affected along its northern border with North Tower Road. The burn will last about 4 hours and is not expected to affect normal campus or community operations. M-State staff and students, campus visitors, and nearby residents are advised to keep a safe distance from the fire to ensure their safety. After over an hour of discussion and debate at this week's City Council meeting, Sugar High and Elevate have made it to the next step on their way to selling full legal cannabis. At the previous Committee of the Whole on April 30th, Councilmember Scott Rachel stated that he wished to rescind the votes the council made that turned down the interim use permits for these companies for being too close to potential kids attractions. Councilmember Rachels brought this proposal to Monday night's meeting, saying that after looking back at previous meetings and discussions about the zoning ordinances in question, he felt that the companies did meet the criteria as discussed by last year's council.
I was wrong. They followed every rule that we set, or every ordinance we set out, and now it come back. And Mr. Mortensen he didn't think it was right, and that's his opinion. But I was wrong, and so I don't believe the Riverwalk. I don't believe this city park is a kids for kids or children. Speece Park is a rental pavilion, so that I don't believe is a child's park like we designated the splash pad and the playgrounds and all these different places. That's why I changed my mind and brought it back.
In a vote of 5-4, with Mayor Anthony Hicks breaking the tie, the original votes that struck down the IUPs were rescinded, and with that, both permits were back up for discussion. By the end of the nearly 69-minute discussion, both businesses' interim use permits were approved. Sugar High received a vote of 5-4 with Mayor Hicks breaking the tie, and Elevate received a vote of 5-3. The companies now await the results of the state's cannabis license lottery on June 5th. This has been the Weekly News Recap, brought to you by Fergus Falls Monument, online at foreverstonememorials.com, memorials that matter. For KBRFradio.com News, I'm Derek Sidian. Tune in every Friday at 12:30 on KBRFradio.com or on the Fergus Now app to stay up to date with local news. Get more news at KBRFradio.com. Sign up for email news sent right to your inbox, delivered by Cooper's Office Supply.